I'd like to take this chance to tell you a little bit about myself and the reading program here at Wilson Middle School for your 8th grade student. My name is Mrs. Shevlin, or Megan Shevlin, and I will be teaching your child reading, whether it be the Wilson Reading Program or the SRA program, or a combination of both. I've been doing this for quite a while, so it's not something new to me. I'm just trying to make what works best for your child. So with that in mind, what are things that you as a parent can expect from me, your child's teacher? Well, first and foremost, the Wilson program and the SRA program are consistent and they are direct instruction. There's a lot of where I do, then we do together, and then students do on their own. I encourage my students to do their very best on every assignment. You can also expect that I'll be honest with these students, but fair. And finally, one of the things I really work on doing with students is to establish a routine so they get to know exactly what is expected of them as they walk into my room each and every day. So, what are my expectations for the students in my room? Well, I want them to come to class prepared and on time. What that means is I want them to have a pencil. Well, if they don't have one, I have them on the front table so they can easily just go grab one. So having a pencil and sitting there not doing your work, not a good idea. I expect them to come in, get their binders or their workbooks so we can get going as quickly as possible. Do the work given. Some of it is oral, some of it is written, so I need them to work on both parts. The big thing I ask of these guys is to ask for help when they need it. A lot of times students feel, oh, I can get this on my own, or I'll ask somebody else. No, I'm here, use me. I would like them to really show respect for one another. That includes keeping joking comments, things like that to themselves. I also want them to try their best, but also realize that I know that this class can be kind of repetitious and boring for them, so I try to liven it up and make it as fun as possible because learning should be fun. The reading program itself it's one that we've been doing for years in the district. It's a backed up program and it does require a lot of repetition for them, but it's a consistent routine for them. There's some group work, but there's also individual work. I check on fluency and comprehension. With this program, with these two programs that I work with, there's not a lot of homework. If your child gets homework in reading, it's because they didn't finish something in class. That is the only way they would have homework, just because it's the end of a marking period or I'm ready to move on to the next lesson, things like that. But normally, reading does not have homework. So I'm sure one of the big things everybody worries about is grading. Well, grades are based on the district's grading policy. It's a point system, and they get a straight point percentage. You see all the points divided by the numbers they've earned, and that will give you their percent and equal out to a grade. It's that simple. One of the things I try to do also is I have a 15-point buffer, you could say, each marking period, where students can earn, well, they actually are given 15 points. It's up to them to keep them or lose them just for coming to class prepared, participating, doing what they're supposed to be doing, things like that. And finally, if you're worried about how your child is doing in my class, check Power School. I keep that up to date weekly, at least. I'm usually in there a couple of times a week, putting in what the assignments are coming up, putting in their grades, things like that. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me, shevlinem@carlisleschools.org, or I can be reached at the school. My extension in my room is 19970. Please know that in 8th grade, I do expect students to be checking their Power School, and if they have problems, I really would like to know what the problems are so we can try and work it out together. I want this to be a positive year for them. Have a great night.